Good morning, boys. Now I am going to explain you experiment number 5, which is based on a concave mirror, and the aim of the experiment is to find the focal length of a concave mirror by using one pin method. And the apparatus used here will be a concave mirror, an optical bench, a pin which will be used as an object pin. Now, about the formula used. The formula used will be F is equal to R by 2, where R is the radius of curvature and F is the focal length of the concave mirror. I can use an alternate also, which will be applied for doing this experiment, which is F is equal to x2 minus x1 divided by 2, where x1 is the position of object pin and x2 is the position of the concave mirror. And the difference between the two, x2 minus x1, that divided by 2 will give me the focal length of the concave mirror by one pin method. This observation table what has been given, and in the observation table you are going to take near about 5 readings, right? And the first reading I am placing the object pin at 15 centimeter mark. There is a position of image pin again has been shown at 15 centimeter mark only, because we have to try to bring the image pin exactly on the top of the object pin. So the position of object pin and the image pin both will remain the same. And then the position of concave mirror, which has been indicated by x2 in centimeter, and the focal length will calculate by using the formula x2 minus x1 divided by 2. Position of the pin will keep on changing, and we'll find the position of mirror is going to change and the focal length is going to remain the same, because we are not changing the concave mirror is the same. So the focal length of the concave mirror will remain the same even though I am changing the position of the object pin and the concave mirror. How the calculations are going to be done, or how the performance of the experiment is going to be done, that I am explaining you on the basis of this diagram. This is an optical bench, and the optical bench means the apparatus with the help of which we do the light experiments, right? That's the word optical has been used for light. Then on the optical bench I am using a pin, right? This is the stand, and on the stand I am taking a pointed pin which has been indicated by object pin, O for the object pin, right? With the pink color I have shown it. Then the mirror has been placed at a certain distance away from the object pin, having the reflecting surface facing towards the pin, right? Now my aim is to find out the image of this object pin, what has been shown here, and bring it exactly on the top of the object pin. That means image of the object pin, which is indicated by I, has to come exactly on the top of the object pin. And for that what I'll do, I'll keep on shifting the pin closer or away and try to bring it in such a manner so that if I see through the concave mirror, the position of the object pin and the image pin both are on the top of one another, and if I shift my eyes, both should move together, right? Both of them have to move together. They should not be having a separation. If on moving my eyes here and there, I find that my object pin and the image pin, they are getting separated, meaning there is a parallax error, and I have to improve on my observations. I'll have to bring closer the object pin to the plane, to the concave mirror. So I have to do the adjustment to remove the parallax error. For the calculation, I'll be using the formula here, F is equal to x2 minus x1 divided by 2. I have used one of the reading I am using here from here. The object position is 15 centimeter. The image pin position is also 15 because it's exactly on the top of it. And position of the mirror is 30 centimeter. So if I put these values in this calculation, 30 minus 15 divided by 2, which comes out to be 15 divided by 2 is equal to 7.5 centimeter. That means the focal length of the concave mirror is 7.5 centimeter, which I'll be putting in this observation table. I'll change the position of the object pin, and again I'll keep on finding out the value of the focal length. Now exactly on the apparatus how you're going to do that I'm explaining you now, right? So this is your optical bench, and on the optical bench there's a ruler fixed here, right? There's a ruler fixed here, and both the side there are markings there. One is starting from here and one is starting from here. That means one side 0 is here and other side the 0 is here. So whichever side you want to take, you have to take the same side for both the readings, right? But please make sure which way you have been given the formula, right? That means we are going to keep the pin at a lower level and the concave mirror has been placed at a higher level, as in the observations I have explained you. So what we'll do, we'll see that the pin which has been given, now here I am showing you the pin, this is a pin, right? This is a pin which I am putting it in the holder, right? So pin has to be adjusted so that I can see its image through the concave mirror. Now this is the concave mirror which I have shown, and the concave mirror reflecting surfaces facing towards the pin. In the optical bench, what I can do, I can shift this pin towards or away from the concave mirror. I can bring the concave mirror closer or away. I can shift the spin towards the right hand side. I can shift the spin towards the left hand side. I can increase the height of the pin. I can decrease the height of the pin. So we can have too much of movement is possible. Whatever is easier, whichever movement we have to show, we can do that. Now I'll fix the position of either the concave mirror or the pin, whatever suits you, right? So what I'm doing, I'm fixing the concave mirror at a position, and then I'm trying to shift the pin, and I'll try to see it through the concave mirror, and I'll try to shift it away and towards, so that I find the image when I see exactly appears on this pin, right? And when I see that through shifting my eyes, I am just adjusting it, so I find the pin is exactly appearing and the image pin is appearing exactly on the top of the object pin. Now once I find both are moving together, there is no separation of the pin points, in that case I say I'll be taking the reading. Now whatever reading is there, I'll be reading it, the position of pin from here, I'll be reading the position of concave mirror from here. Then difference between the two, x2 minus x1, I'll be getting as the radius of curvature, and divided by 2, the radius of curvature, I'll be getting the focal length value. That will be my first reading. Now for the second reading, I shift the concave mirror and change its position. Automatically I'll find the position of the pin is going to change, and so on. So this way I'll keep on changing the position of the concave mirror and the position of the pin, and I'll try to have nearly 4 to 5 observations. If the focal length is little different in different readings, then at the end I'll be taking the average of the focal length for the concave mirror by taking the reading as sum of the focal length divided by number of readings I have taken, right? And this value of the average focal length will go in your result. Thank you.